Then you use this little green thorn, small and cozy. Slice up some bananas to freeze for smoothie. Looks pretty well. That's kind of gross. I've never seen that where it's been so dry up there. Maybe I haven't, I'm just not remembering it. This thing is a cool water slide. And should grind it as well. Here's another trick to do it. I used to like doing it a lot, but I haven't used that thing in a long time. Okay. Let's try this out.
And Justin Timberlake, who was a member of NSYNC, had attended Jackson shows as a kid, which led her to being a major influence on him. After the tour, Janet and Justin...
These bananas are far from optimal.
The Super Bowl halftime show came around. Janet played a few songs, and then Justin Timberlake came out as a surprise guest to duet his song Rock Your Body. When Justin reached the final line, which ironically was That'll Have You Naked by the end of this song, he pulled off a big part of Jackson's costume. When he did this, he exposed her right boob. Although she had one of those nipple covers on. At first, people were confused, not sure if it was on purpose because
moves through banana nice and easily. Even a pretty unripe banana.
After the show, MTV and CBS apologized for the flash and said they had no clue the duo's performance included. MTV's CEO at first said that
These bad boys in here.
and said that they did not intend for this nudity to occur, but the damage had been done. The NFL commissioner and the FCC chairman publicly ridiculed Janet. A representative of Janet tried to explain the malfunction, saying Justin Timberlake was only supposed to...
That's pretty wild. I remember being in my grandma's house watching that. I don't think anyone noticed the nip slip. It's just kind of wild it happened so fast. But it's still kind of crazy that, 30, 40 people there and nobody saw it, or at least nobody mentioned it. Kind of strange.
In a later interview, Janet said she felt
That's funny looking. Little nipples left on top.
but she felt that the
I don't know if
outrage
that's funny.
What's funny is that some conspiracy theorists thought that this was a way that the media was trying to distract us from the real issue at hand, like the war in Iraq. Regardless, people were overreacting like crazy when this happened. Some media outlets even released edited versions of Jackson's apology to make it seem like the move was intentional. She said, "It's hard to believe that there's a war and famine going on in the world, and yet people made such a big deal about arrest. People said it was done intentionally to sell records. You know what? I've never pulled a stunt. Why would you do that and have your album come out 2 months later? It doesn't make sense." And many industry professionals came out in support of her. Also, they were calling it Nipplegate, just so you guys know. The Rolling Stone said, for the FCC, Nipplegate provided an opportunity to restore order and flex whatever power they had left. Faced with live broadcast standards for cable TV and satellite radio, as well as the absolute lawlessness of the internet, the FCC becomes hell-bent on preserving common decency in the family-friendly realm of network television. Well, the aftermath of Nipplegate starts to fade. The FCC will continue to carry its torch for the next half decade. After the incident, the public perception was pretty bad, and the FCC got 540,000 complaints. The event prompted the FCC to conduct an investigation.
Okay.
Even discussed on the
And
Senate
I like to get rid of banana peels this way. It's kind of fun to do that and watch it suck down. Bye-bye. Gotta feed it a little bit of water. That makes the disposal happy. Go. Pretty sweet setup in there. Those XL Kit Kats are awesome. It's 2 Kit Kat bars combined into one. absolutely delicious. And it's cheaper than buying a single Kit Kat bar each individually. So it's double for about, I don't know, it's, what is it? It's $2.49 for the big one and $1.79 for the regular size one. So it ends up being a good deal.
So clearly her career wasn't ruined. She got a ton of backlash.
Poppy's a sleepy girl.
Most people nowadays agree that
Isn't she?
Janet treated
Isn't she
extremely
sleepy?
unfairly, especially when Justin was the one who ripped the thing off. Justin Timberlake, like I said, received little to no ridicule, said, "I wish I had
There
some
you
real
go,
Janet
your
Moore.
downward dog.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
That's a good
I wish I
girl.
had more for Janet."
That's a
This
good
is
girl, isn't it?
Janet Jackson's
Isn't it?
most searched term, event, and image in internet history, as well as the most famous Super Bowl performance of all time. About a decade later, the former SEC chairman Michael Powell admitted that Jackson was treated unfairly. He said, "I think we've been removed
the
from this
tail's
long enough
going.
to tell
The
you
tail's
that
going,
my best version of
isn't
outright
it?
conduct I can put on. Look, I think it was dumb to happen. And then
Oh,
you
yes.
accordingly. And my job is to enforce the rules. But, really, is this what we're going to do?" He also brought up the issue of Justin Timberlake facing no punishment, saying, "I personally thought that was really
Such a
unfair.
good girl.
It all turned into being about her. In reality, if you slow the thing down, it's Justin ripping off her breastplate." And just like Janet Jackson, but on a much smaller scale, looking back, a lot of people thought their treatment of Slim Jesus was a bit harsh. To be fair, this was an interview on YouTube, not live TV, but I'm going to count it, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. Anyway, in 2015, Slim Jesus and his videos began going viral on the world star for his gimmicky personality and the attention he was receiving
Oh,
from labels.
yes.
He was a scrawny little white rapper who was
Oh,
playing
yes.
music videos, so clearly this got quite a bit of attention. I mean, he looked like he was a kid.
You smell the banana on my
However,
hands?
Slim had a pretty normal childhood and worked pretty normal jobs,
Yeah.
creating videos, content, and music on the side. As he began making music, he used the drill genre with a lot of
Oh,
his
yes.
lyrics and videos.
Oh,
which,
yes.
Like I said, is what made him go viral. But this also led to a lot of people questioning
Oh,
how
I got the
credible
itchy
he was
neck.
behind what he said in his songs and what he acted out in the music videos. Eventually, apart from going viral, people started actually listening to his music, and he began getting more listeners. That had a few mixed reactions. The publicity, though,
Oh,
led
the
Slim
leg
getting
is
more attention
thumping.
from
The
people
leg
who
is
were still
thumping.
into his background. He was really early to the shock trend that he was riding on, which made him something different that no one had quite seen yet. Kind of like Ian before there was an Ian. A lot of people made fun of him, with people in the industry even dissing him on songs and just making fun of him on the internet. People began saying that he was not as hard as he portrayed himself, but people kept hopping on the Slim Jesus bandwagon. Famous artists even began appearing with Slim publicly, although it did not seem that a lot of these interactions were genuine. All this time, Slim was able to keep things together with his collaborations and things like that, up until the famous DJ Vlad interview. During his interview with DJ Vlad, Vlad asked Slim a few questions about his persona, asking specifically what real
You
gang
tired
ties he
tonight?
had, or if
You
he had
tired? You
street
got the
life,
yawns.
that stuff. And Slim's response was a big mistake in revealing the truth about his life.